Hello everybody, Marie by Design here, and this is part 2 of how to make a granny square. On my last video, because I got cut short because my phone ran out of storage, I've decided to do a part 2 so I can carry on showing you how to do round 3 of the granny square. Okay, because it involves, and I didn't want to leave it how it was, the video how it was, so because I need to show you again how, like that center there on that side, I need to show you again how to do it again, and then expand as it gets bigger and show you a few more times, and then tell you how to do the border to finish it off. Okay, so this is carrying on from part 1, and my video stopped as I was going into the center here. So okay, so we're doing the center. As it expands, as I said in my last video, as your square expands, you have to do the centers, and as it gets bigger, you'll be doing from one center there, you'll be carrying on and doing 2 centers, 3 centers, 4 centers, 5 centers, and so on, depending on how big your granny square is. Okay, let's get on with this then. Okay, so we're concentrating on this center part here. Okay, so yarn round hook, insert into the square, your space, take your yarn with your hook and pull it through that space. Okay, so we've got 3 on the hook, and these are trebles. So this is how you do a treble. I've done a video on how to do trebles, so watch that if you want to just learn how to do trebles, but this is a granny square with trebles. Okay, so we're pulling that through, so then we've got 2 on the hook. Hold on, no, that's gone wrong. Okay, back out, do it again. Okay, it's very forgiving, crochet is, and knitting, because you can undo the yarn. Okay, I've done that wrong again. I forgot to, we're doing trebles and I forgot to do that bit where you wrap the yarn around the hook first from back to front, and then insert into your space, and then pull the yarn through, so you've got 3 on the hook, and that's how you do trebles. Sorry, getting carried away with talking and trying to show you, and I made a mistake. Okay, so yarn round hook, pull through your first 2 stitches, yarn round hook, pull through your last 2 stitches. That is 1 treble. Yarn round the hook, then back through your space, then you get 3 stitches. Yarn, let's get my tension right, yarn round hook again and pull through the first 2 stitches, yarn round hook and pull through the last 2 stitches. Okay, as you can see, I'm wearing my support gloves because my hands are beginning to get tired and I need some support. I have done a short video of my support gloves if you look at them, and I'm just showing you them, but I will be putting a description of them and how good they are. Okay, that's 2 you've got. Right, you need to do 3 treble. So yarn round needle, back through your space, pull your yarn through, so you've got 3 stitches again, yarn round needle, pull through your first 2 stitches, yarn round needle, pull through your last 2 stitches. Right, that's your next cluster. Okay, now we need to go from there, that center, because you only do 1 treble in the center. We need to go to this corner here. So what you do is you go to that corner and you do 3 treble again. in that one, yarn round needle, then go through the space on the corner. So you've got 3. Okay. No, sorry, I've done that wrong, I think. Yes, I have, because you've got to create a corner. Sorry, done that wrong. I forgot to... No, that is right. Let me... I'm sure that's right. Yes, it is. It is right. Sorry, I was going right. Okay. Into the square. Sorry, my mouth's going dry. And then pull through. So you've got 3 stitches. Okay. Pull through your first 2 stitches. Don't pull too tight. She won't get your hook through. Then pull through the next 2 stitches. That's 1. Doing 3 treble again. Back through the space, corner space. First 2 stitches, yarn round hook, go through the 3rd stitch, through the last 2 stitches. Yarn round hook, go into your space, pull your yarn through, so 3 on your hook again. Go through the first 2 stitches, go through the last 2 stitches. So there's your cluster. Now, because we're on the corner, this is where I was thinking, have I got it right? This is where you do the 2 chain. 1, 2. Okay. Now we need to do another treble in there in the same space. So back through, pull through. Okay. Go for the first 2, go through the last 2. Okay. Do another 2. Okay. Through the first 2, through the last 2. Okay. Your last treble in this one. Okay, 3 on the hook. Pull through the first 2 stitches, then pull through the last 2 stitches. Okay, that is that corner finished. Okay, we're back to the center again. Okay, and we're doing another 3 trebles. Through the first 2 stitches, through the last 2 stitches. Another 2 trebles. Back through, pull through the first 2, through the last 2. Last treble, yarn round needle, back through space, pull through the last 2 stitches. Okay, that's your cluster of 3. Back onto the corner, do treble 3 through the first 2 stitches. Don't pull too tight, you won't get your needle in. Through the next 2. Okay, and you've got to do through that space. Through the first 2 stitches, through the last 2 stitches. Okay, another treble, back through your space, pull your yarn through, so you got 3 stitches on there, pull through the first 2, pull through the last 2. That's your 1 cluster. Now remember to do your corner. 1, 2. Okay, back through the same space again, do another 3 treble. Through the first 2, through the last 2 stitches. Okay, that's 1 treble. Do another 2, no, another, yes, another 2. First 2 stitches, last stitch. Okay, that's 2 done. Okay, again, yarn round needle, back through space, pull your yarn through so you have 3 stitches, work through the first 2 stitches, work through the last 2 stitches. Okay, and then we're back to the center again. Yarn round needle, do another treble in the center space. Okay. Two. Another 2 trebles in that space. So back through the space, pull your yarn through first 2 stitches, then the last 2 stitches. Yarn round needle, back through your space, pull your yarn through, pull through the first 2, pull through the last 2. Okay, that's your 3 clusters. And then you're on your last cluster, so you need to do 3 treble and then 2 chain and join again, and then we're on our back to the coral color, which is your A yarn. So, but in my pattern it says different, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Okay, so we need 3 treble in this space. Okay, so go through the first 2, go through the last 2 stitches. Okay, yarn round hook, back through your space. Okay, through the first 2 stitches, through the last 2 stitches. Then another treble, your last treble, yarn round hook, through my 2 stitches, then through the last 2 stitches. Right, this is the, yeah, I've done that cluster now. So right, we need to do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and then we need to join that piece, so with a slip stitch. So you go onto the chain in the corner so that you can do a slip stitch. Okay, right, okay, make sure, I think, that you grab both of the threads if you can. Okay, right. Bear with me. Okay, I think I've got it now. Okay, so we're doing a slip stitch, remember, to join it together. So yarn round needle, go through the first stitch, then go through the second stitch. Okay, that's joined that up now. Okay, so that is your next round completed. Okay, as I say, with all these ends, you can either choose at this point, well, you can either choose to do each one as you do each round to darn it in, or leave it to the last bit, and I chose to leave it to the last bit and it was all right. Okay, now I'm just going to pause this video so I can take off this yarn and then join back on the coral colour. Just one moment. Right, this is the first colour we started off with. There, see? So we go back to use this again on the 4th round, and so on, and you repeat the colours. so you form a pattern. I just want to do a couple more things on this, and then I'm going to stop the video, and that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so what we're doing is we need to do a slip knot again, still the same size needle, same size hook. Needles are for knitting, hooks are for crocheting. Okay, now take your yarn, your hook off that one, insert it back into this, the last one you worked with, slip the slip knot onto your hook of your yarn again that you're working with next. Okay. Hang on, something I forgot to do, and I haven't done it. Okay, make sure you fasten off your last colour. Okay, I've done that wrong. Yeah, I'm just pulling it through the yarn. Okay, just pull it through and just pull, so it fastens it off. Right, that's fastened off now, can't go anywhere. Then slip your hook back into that space where you fastened off. Okay, then put your yarn on you're using now for your 4th round. Okay, then we need to secure it with a chain stitch. Okay, so yarn round hook and pull through. Okay, right, we need, I've done that wrong. Why have I done that wrong? Right, sorry, getting tired now. Okay, try again. Back through that space, place on your hook, hold, that's why, yarn round hook, I know why, pull that through first, right, then secure. So make sure you pull your slip knot through with the colour on you're using now, then you've got to make sure that that's pulled through and then secure it with a slip knot. And then you need to chain 2, 1, 2, because you've already chained 1. Okay, then we're working treble crochet again. So 3 on the yarn, on your hook, pull through your first 2, then yarn round hook and pull through the last 2. That's 2. Okay, yarn round hook and go through, push your hook through your space in your corner. You have 3 on the hook. Okay, pull through the first 2, then pull through the last 2. Okay, you've made your first cluster. Now move over to your first center space, because as it's getting bigger, if you remember me telling you, those center squares increase. Okay, so we've got 2 now. Okay, you still need to do trebles in there. So that's 3. Okay, so through the first 2, through the last 2, do another treble, back through the space, go through the first 2 stitches, go through the last 2 stitches, yarn round needle, go through your space again, pull your yarn through, wrap yarn round, go through the first 2, go through the last 2. That is your first center. Sorry. Yarn round hook, go through your second center. Okay. Yarn round hook, go through the first 2, go through the last 2. Yarn round hook, go back through your space, pull your yarn up, go round through the first 2, go through the last 2. Do a third treble and then pull it through the space. Yarn round hook through the first 2 stitches, yarn round up through the last 2 stitches. That is your centers done. Go onto the corner and you're doing the same as before. Yarn round hook, go into the corner space. Yarn round hook, go through your first 2. Yarn round hook, go through your second 2. Doing 2 more trebles. Okay. Yarn round hook, pull through the first 2. Yarn round hook, pull through the last 2. And you're doing your third treble. Go through the first 2 on your hook, go through the last 2 on your hook. Right, that's your 3. Now, because you're on the corner again, remember to do your 2 chain. So 1, 2, do another 3 treble. 1, last 2, through last 2. Okay, then this one. Okay, through the first 2, through the last 2, and another one through the first 2, through the last 2 stitches. Okay, that is your cluster completed. And then I'm going to finish this video now because I am slowly running out of storage space again. You get the gist. You do that again, the center one and the center one, and then you do the corner all along as I've done there. You follow that pattern round and you keep building up. As I say, make sure you don't forget to do more than 2, because we're on the, hang on, 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th round, so you'll have 2. With the 5th round, you'll have 3 centers. With the 6th round, you'll have 4 centers, and so on, depending on your pattern and how big your granny square is going to be. Okay, let me just explain. What you're at that stage at the moment, and then you will eventually get to that stage. Okay, so what you do now is, when you've got to all your required rounds, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds on this, and on your 7th round you're doing a border, and that's what this is. And all that is half trebles. Now, I've done a video of half trebles, so go back and watch that, because then you'll know how to do your border around there, and then that will be your completed granny square. Okay, so if you liked today's video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.